of day, which was up here. Now, this high of day was very, very interesting, right? What did you see in this high of day? Without even reading the numbers, you can see a ton of blue delta over here and a lot of blue delta. So the candle itself was red, but we see a huge amount of aggressive buyers at the top. Now, this corresponds to this candle over here. So this was the high of the day. So this high of day corresponds to where the previous day high was swept. Now, you can see so many buyers in this region. Those buyers are trying to drive price higher. The reason you see buyers over here is because we can see the blue delta. In fact, you only need to read one row to understand this. We see 500 for 1,000. 529 for 1,000. That's almost a 1 to 2 in terms of there were double the amount of aggressive buyers than there were aggressive sellers. Despite that, the market closed bearish and we broke structure to the downside. So you want to ask yourself, in this region, buyers stepped into the market, but those buyers failed, right? That automatically gives you indication that this area is a strong area to be selling from because aggressive buyers have failed, which means passive buyers are present at this level. And this is what I want traders to understand. The reason this sell trade worked out isn't because of a market structure shift, a fair value gap, a PO3, or any indicator. These things are all confluences. But the actual reason the market moves up, or in this case, the market moves down, is because there were passive sellers sitting here. Now, these passive sellers are what moves the market, right? Passive sellers drive price lower. Passive buyers drive price higher. Now, we see passive buyers resting over here in this region. We also see them resting at this fair value gap. So the reason this fair value gap is valid is because we know why the market moved down. And the reason the market moved down is because there were more passive sellers than aggressive buyers. Let me repeat that. There were more passive sellers than aggressive buyers. There were not more buyers than sellers. That's incorrect, right? There's always a one buyer and a one seller. There were more passive sellers that were driving price down. And the reason we know that is because if we look at some of the numbers we see over here, we see 396 for 629. We also see a bunch of 0 over here. We see 163 for 363, and our final rejection over here before the market melted down. So what we can see is we can see a lot of buyers failing in this region. We see